There are nine things that you are doing right now as at the time you're watching this video that is quietly damaging your brain. And I will show you how. Because this guy, your brain, if he decides to go on strike today, you're finished. Because it's the command center of your life. The way you're thinking, the way you're walking, the way you're entering bus, the way you're jumping down for, the way you're reading billboard, the way you're watching this video, that's your brain that's helping you do it. Because without this brain, you're basically a plantain. Yes, just lying there, doing absolutely nothing. There are different parts of your brain, and I want to explain what all of them do before we finally get into this video. There's the frontal lobe. That's the front part of your brain. That's the Oga boss, the team captain. The fact that you decided to click this video, subscribe, like, share, comment, and even share it to other persons is your frontal lobe that is helping you do it. Things like finding your decision, it can do it. Helping you solve problems, it can do it. Asking AI, it can help you do it. It's your frontal lobe that is even helping you do it, even including planning things. It is your frontal lobe that is stopping you from doing mumu things in public before you go and disgrace your ancestors. Now, behind the frontal lobe, there's a different part of the brain. It's called the parietal lobe. This particular one is the one that is processing information from all your senses. So you tell you feel something in your hand, you say, yeah, I can feel something in my eyes, your parietal lobe. The taste of jollof rice, parietal lobe. The pain when you jam your toe at the edge of your bed, yes. If your bed is on the ground, you're not part of this conversation. I'll let you put there with that bed is on top. That's part of this thing. If your eyes are closed and you can still feel certain things, it's your parietal lobe that is handling that. Another part of the brain is called the temporal lobe. You see, it's around this side. It sits just right behind your ears. This one is what handles your memory, your language. Without it, you'll be hearing people talking, but you can't understand a single word. At the back of it, your ogo, is what you call the occipital lobe. This is your brain's TV. Everything you see is that part of the brain that processes it. Now, below all this, below all of these things that were mentioned in the brain, there's a lower part of the brain that is at the base. It's called the cerebellum. Some of you, the first part you learn about the brain is medulla oblongata, and then you learn it wrongly because you say, that thing don't bust my medulla. Your medulla is not helping you think. As a matter of fact, your medulla is what's controlling your breathing, is what's controlling your heart rate, is what's controlling your pressure, is what's controlling, you see, is things that you are not involved in. That's what your medulla oblongata is doing. It's actually very involved in keeping you alive. So the part of your brain that you're using to think is actually the frontal lobe. So if Emeka tells you that you have burst his medulla oblongata, you have actually killed him. Because if they touch your medulla oblongata, you're gonna die. He's lying to you. Don't let them use all those things and press your head. And around that is where you have the brainstem. You see, this one is your life support. This guy doesn't shout. As a matter of fact, it doesn't make too much noise, but it's the one that is doing the most. Controlling your breathing, all the things that you can do automatically without thinking about, that guy is responsible. So as you can see, the brain is your most valuable asset. But some of you are treating it like downfall because there are 9 things that you are doing that is quietly damaging it. But before that, I've actually found out that 65% of you that watch these videos don't subscribe to the channel. And I want you to ask yourself, is it fair? Think it. Is it a fair thing that you're doing? Because the more you subscribe to the video and share it, the more our videos can reach more people. So that at least, me that is doing town crier for healthcare, more people can actually see it. So I want you to please subscribe to the video and then tell me in the comment section where you are watching this video from so that we can make videos that are specific for your region. That's the promise I'm making to you. Now, to the 9 things that damage your brain. Number 1 is lack of sleep. Your brain needs sleep, full stop. Because if you spend less than 7 hours a night sleeping, it damages or it ages your brain faster. So your brain will get older faster. That's why your brain is slowly losing the sharpness. You start to forget things more often. You're thinking slower. You're struggling to focus. When you sleep, especially during deep sleep, that's when your brain starts to clear yama from inside your brain. It's storing memory, moving from memory from temporary site to permanent site, and then it's recharging. So if you snore like a generator, you wake up tired, you feel drained after sleeping, go and get checked though, especially for sleep apnea, because this thing can actually damage your blood vessel and raise your risk of dementia. Dementia is when your brain starts to get old faster, affecting the way you think, remember, or things like that. Bottom line for sleep is that sleep is not laziness. They've told you that sleep is for the weak. It's not. It's brain maintenance. Sleep is brain maintenance. So you should aim for at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night and ensure that your sleep schedule is steady and regular. Another thing that can actually damage your brain is when you're not giving your brain the food that it needs. See, your brain runs on energy, specifically glucose. This is the thing that ensures that you are concentrating properly and paying attention. When you eat nonsense, it's like your brain is trying to drive on a car that is empty. There's no fuel inside the tank, but you're just driving. It becomes harder to think, harder to focus, harder to remember anything. That's why you walk inside a room, you forget why you entered the room. You're not dull, oh. Everybody is just hungry that is catching you. So eat something regular, healthy food, not junk, because junk is also affecting your brain. Even if it's small, just give your brain something to work with. This particular one, if I say it, some of you will actually off the video right now, because excess screen time before bed is another thing that is damaging your brain. You have jumped from TikTok to Instagram to Twitter every night. You might think it's relaxing you, but your brain is paying or owing something that it can't afford to pay. Because too much screen time, especially at night, will disrupt a particular hormone called melatonin inside your brain. That's the sleep hormone. Melatonin will be reduced, and what happens instead is that your cortisol becomes higher. Cortisol is a stress hormone. It means that you will fall asleep much later. You wake up, you now be feeling like, why did I even wake up by this time? Your attention span is shrinking, your focus is shrinking. So instead of scrolling, give your brain a 30-minute break from your phone, especially before bed. The other things you can do: play light music in the background, play white sound in the background, talk to your lover in the background. Not every time you're pressing. For some of you, it's Candy Crush. You're losing your eyes like this. Then you now fall asleep and thinking that you're sleeping properly. No. Please. It's that phone that's affecting your brain also. Another thing that is also damaging your brain is that you are doing multitasking. Yes. You are trying to do 5 things at once because you think that it's going to make you feel like an Oga boss. But it's not. Your brain is confused. It's saying that thing that you're doing as wahala. Because your memory and your focus works best when you face one thing at a time. Every time you switch from one task to another immediately, because you're not multitasking, you cannot do 2 things at the same time. Let me tell you why you cannot do 2 things at the same time. I want you to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Now I want you to count backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? That is what? You are counting numbers forward and backward. Now I want you to count A, B, C, D to J or A, B, C, D to K. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, yeah. Count it backwards too. Yes. Now, there's something I also want you to do. Count 1 to 10 backwards, then count J to A. But after 1, you put J. After 2, you put H. After, as you're counting it backwards, can you see that you're struggling? Because your brain has to leave this information and then focus on this other information. So you think that you're multitasking, but no, your brain does not even have time to reset from any of this. And that uses a lot of energy. That's why you feel tired. When you're at the end of the day, you're just feeling tired. Why? You're trying to do 5 things at once. It's not working. You are not getting anything done. You're just burning your brain's fuel. The best way to work is to work in short, focused period. So if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that is the task. Focus on it, finish it. Then you leave that task, go to another task, focus on it, and finish it. That way your brain won't be worn out. Lucky people have come to you. Loud music. Yes. You see that habit of blasting music inside your headphone? It's time to rethink it. It may feel good, but it's a silent killer. Because one of the things that it does is that it damages the hair cells. There's like tiny hair cells inside your brain. It's like grass. Every time you damage those cells, it's gone, and it's gone forever. And over time, it can affect your memory and your concentration. Inside your phone has a setting that will keep the volume at a safe level. But you said, no, I'm gonna blast it to the highest. Usually, this safe level is usually around 60-70%. But you said, no, we're gonna do 100. Sometimes it's fake earphone that's to cost it. That's why you're putting your earphones at 100. But no, when you do that, especially if you're using earphones for a very long time, it's gonna affect your hearing. That can affect your brain. Another thing that we're doing is actually sitting too much. Yes, some of you, they have gum your nyash to the chair. It can't leave. If sitting too much was a sport, some of you will be Olympic gold medalists. You're sitting in the morning, sitting in the afternoon, sitting in the night. There's no time you're actually walking around. But here's the real truth. If you sit down for long hours, it actually slows your blood flow and reduces the oxygen that your brain is getting. That's why you feel tired. That's why you feel moody. That's why sometimes you can't even think straight, because sitting too much can even shrink the part of your brain that controls memory. So here's the solution for that. Stand up, move, regular exercise, short walk. It reduces the inflammation, controls your weight, manages your blood pressure, blood sugar, gets the blood flow into your brain, and even makes it sharper. So at the end of the day, exercise actually helps your brain. It's very important that you do that. Exercise. Add movement inside your day. Sometimes climb stairs instead of following lifts, or climb stairs instead of using escalator. Or if there's a pharmacy near you, rather than driving to the pharmacy, if you can walk it less than 500 meters, you walk it there. If you're using your phone, you walk around while you're walking. Treat it. Very important, because your brain actually depends on it. Stress. Some of you are carrying your stress as handbag. Some of you haven't carried like medal. It's something you brag about. Me? Have you seen the stress I'm going through? Have you seen the stress I'm going through? Well done. Because you think that stress is something you should be proud about. It shouldn't be. See, every time you are stressed, your body pumps out what is known as cortisol. This stress hormone, if it goes into very high amounts, it can start to weaken the connection between your brain cells. It can start to shrink the areas in your brain that is involved in memory, making it harder to concentrate. Over time, it can even increase your risk of depression and emotional burnout. Your brain was never supposed to be on accelerator mode for the rest of its life. There are times where you need to relax. So learn to rest, set boundaries, actually take breaks. It's not laziness. It's maintenance to your most important organ, which is the brain. Another thing that is damaging your brain is high LDL cholesterol. Yes. See, cholesterol is not just bad for your heart, though. Some of you are thinking it's just bad for my heart. No, it's not. It's a big threat to your brain. And research has linked high LDL cholesterol to a decline in how you think, because it damages blood vessels and can even lead to your brain shrinking. That's loss of brain volume. The earlier you address it, the better it is. But how do you know if your brain or if your LDL cholesterol is actually high? Very simple. There's a link in the comments, because you can use our doc. Very quickly, you just go there, type now, I want to do a test for cholesterol, and it will help you. That's all you need to do. But you have to register first. It's on WhatsApp. I'll put the link in the description. You just click the link and you can book your test. Because if your LDL is above 70 milligram per DL, especially if it's above 100, it's time to take action. So if you don't know what your cholesterol level is, this is the time to go and do your checkup in the hospital. You can use our doc for that. Another thing is sugar. Some of you is soda, sweet snacks. Once your taste bud is happy, you're happy too. It's fine. You're happy, your tongue is happy, but your brain is paying the price. Because too much sugar can actually damage your memory, can reduce your focus, it can slow down your thinking over time. I understand that your brain needs glucose to run. When you flood it with excess sugar, it puts it on a failing plane with no parachute, and it's gonna crash hard. Research has even shown that high sugar diets can trigger inflammation inside your brain, especially in areas that are linked to memory. Over time, that inflammation can now start interfering with how your brain cells communicate with each other and even start to shrink part of your brain. Another thing that can also affect your brain, I know I said 9, but I'm giving you 10 as Jara. Another thing that's going to affect it is high blood pressure. Please check your blood pressure from time to time, because the more your high blood pressure is, the more parts of your brain are at risk, especially when we have to do with things like stroke, right? Why is the brain important? Because without your brain, your body is just furniture. It's your brain that makes you. Your personality, your decisions, your dreams, even your sharp mouth that you're using to fight people on social media. Keypad warrior. It's your brain that is helping you to do that. It's the control center for every other organ. If you remove your brain, every other thing cannot work. So, how do you now help your brain do its work better? Number 1, 7 to 9 hours of sleep consistently. Number 2, good diet. Number 3, cut out late screen time. Number 4, focus on one task at a time. Number 5, keep your music below 60% volume. Number 7, move more, sit less, manage your stress, keep your cholesterol in check, check your blood sugar, check your blood pressure. Do all these things and your brain will be healthy. Now I've given you the gist. What you want to do with it is in your hand. Same way, if you also want to protect your brain, there's a secret formula. You see that subscribe button, you're gonna click it, because research have found out that the people who actually click that subscribe button and watch the videos as they come out have more sense than other people. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't tell you. They protect their brain, they are smarter, they can engage in conversations better. Yes, try it. Just try it. Subscribe 3 months. If you are not sharper in 3 months, you can follow me. It's fine. And if you also want to help your people in your life, please share this video to the friends and family, your neighbors, If your neighbor is not thinking straight, you can just send the video to him. They know what to do with it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.